I'm just going to come over here to show you what it looks like. Now the AC unit is up under there. This bar looks a little ugly. I might can redo that later, or I could possibly paint it. But sitting in here, all in all, it's mostly up out of the way. The air can come directly out through these vents. I've got 4 of these vents. I've actually got space on the other side over there, in that little pocket area right over there, for an outlet. If I wanted to drill a hole in the dash and put an outlet, I could, and I've got room to run this pipe across there, so I could have an outlet that looks like this. It runs out of that hole, which I kind of like the idea of. That way, see, I would have a vent right here where I'm sitting, and there's nothing behind this dash here. There's a hole there, and there's a hole over the top of the steering column right over to that air conditioner where I could run one. A lot of places on this car has dual layers of steel. This one does right in this corner. So if I wanted to avoid that, if I put the hole like here, I could have it coming out. I could actually have it coming out and pointing up at my face. That is an option there. I'll turn you all around and you can look. I don't know what you can see up in behind that dash, if anything. But there's space. Another option is I could put, if I didn't want to drill that dash, and sometimes I'm a little hesitant about drilling a hole in a dash of a vintage car. I could put one of these, because I've got room to do that too. So this is a switch for the, it won't run now, but it's the fan. But I could move that switch to somewhere else and put one of these over here and run it out through that also, and that really wouldn't be in the way. I don't think my knees are going to be bothered. I could literally put it right there and put a vent out of it like that too. So I got a couple different options about that. In fact, I could leave this right where it's at, bring this all the way over to the edge, and kind of have it pointing. Let's see, I could put this little lip up above there and have that sit right there, I believe, and then have that pointing down right at me, which is a good option. Not a bad option, actually. Oh well, I'm not sure which way I'm going to go yet. I've still got to mount that little inverter. I've got a power inverter over here, which won't take long to mount. This power inverter has a hot and a cold wire that run down to the battery, and the battery on this car is literally right here below the floor. So with this sitting here, I can get directly to the battery. This little wire connects to this little wire on my compressor, and then this plug goes right into that plug on the compressor. So with this mounted right here, maybe put it up enough so people won't be as likely to scuff it with their foot when they get in and out. That'll work. There's going to be a drain, a water drain that drains the hydration, or whatever you call it, what is the word, evaporation, the water that comes out, and there's a hole here where the heater hoses came up through. There's also going to be other tubes that come out of this. Well, there's going to be a couple that go to this itself, but then there's going to be a connector that goes around, and there's an additional coolant piece that's going to mount here. It will sit on the radiator, on this side of the radiator right out here. I'll pull this radiator coil off and mount it and put it right back on over it so it will sit right in there. I'll probably do that later today or tomorrow. I didn't get around to cleaning up any of my mess, but the more of this I can get done, the more time I'll have to free up myself to do that with later. Got a few bugs in my radiator from driving it around, so I suppose since I'm going to be pulling that off, it'd be a good chance to pick the bugs out of my radiator. That may be about it for me today. I'm going to head in and might eat a piece of leftover hamburger that I got in there. I'm going to want to cut this off here. I'm going to want to cut this bolt off here, and I'm going to paint all these places black, and I'm going to fill all these little holes like that one, so that none of that shows up. We'll get it done a little at a time. Get it done.